G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just doing a quick update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Just looking at Bitcoin first and drawing a trend line down to there. We can see we've got a touch down into this wedge kind of a shape here. We've also got support lines. I'm just going to draw it from the bodies. No, I won't. I'll draw it from the bodies of the ones on the right there a little bit more. There. So here we've got it, touch, not quite, and kind of a touch there, touch. So here we are. We're just trading ourselves into a wedge, into a corner. So it'll all be interesting to see when we do break out of this, but we're kind of forcing ourselves into making a decision. So soon it's going to be up, to the upside or to the downside. So when it does break up, whichever way it's going to go, I want to see like a rise, and then I want to see a pullback, and then I want to see a rise again. But during this rise here, I'll just take that one back actually, because this is pretty much where I want it to be. So once it's pulled back to here and I see an engulfing or some sort of buying pressure from here, this is where I want to enter the trade. I can even probably go a little bit more risky and buy as soon as it breaks out from this downtrending line, which could happen too. And sometimes these do, break out and take straight off. But more often than not, especially in these sideways kind of, choppy sort of action areas, like we do get a lot of congestion, a lot of whipsawing and stuff like that, which can, hit your stop losses and things. But, if we're trading sideways like this and then we wait for a breakout, I like to get extra confirmation. So, I would probably risk less if I was to be buying this out here, whereas if I was to buy, this here, I'd be risking my full 10%. So, anyway, but the same goes to the downside. So, I'm going to change that actually I'll just change it to 1. So same with the downside. So if all of a sudden we break to the downside and then we pull back, it's at this point here, I want to see an engulfing to the south side. And then if I get that engulfing to the south side right here, I'll be going short on other currencies that look like they should be shorted. And so in that sideways sort of market, let's just keep that in mind, the Bitcoin sideways. And we can see here very clearly that we're in a downtrend on this one here. Highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, and it seems like we've kind of sideways down a little bit, but it still looks like it's in a downtrend. It's gone up, down, and we're below all the moving averages, even though we do have like reversal sort of stuff here. But anyway, there's not really all that much that we can do with this one here at this stage. EGLD, there was I kind of liked this, and I liked it for, so we got support there, resistance there, and either run to the resistance line there or the 200. Now, the reason why I like this sort of a setup, I'd much rather see this with Bitcoin, because if we see this with Bitcoin, then we're going to see this a lot more in other cryptocurrencies. This is just like an outlier, doing its own kind of thing. So, but here, we've kind of stabled out a little bit, and we've got resistance, and a nice breakthrough breaking by the 50. Then we've gone up and we've got an engulfing there, which is nice. And then we've pulled back. So previous resistance becomes new support, around about there anyway. Didn't quite make it, but around about. But notice that was support on the 50 and the 20 at the same time. And then it's gone up, and then it's pulled back, and now we've got a morning star. Or let's change that to the 12-hour. I think it was this one here. It actually made it an engulfing, closing below all the moving averages. So, but here we also have a platform that we're looking at right now, breaking above or not. So I'll just reduce that to a 1 actually, so we can kind of see it a bit better. So we can see here that we've got, resistance, and resistance again. But here there's almost, it's trying to break through at this stage here. That's on the 12-hour chart. Let's look at something else. We'll look at the 4-hour chart and see what it looks like. So here we have broken through on the 4-hour chart, but it's actually a wick on the 12-hour chart. Here we're trying again. So we've come up, we've got indecision, and now it's trying to make a decision with this candle here. Man, it'll be interesting to see. Well, let's just watch EGLD to see where it goes from here. So same here again. Nice push up. Struggling to break this resistance line, support resistance area, and but we'll just see what happens. I like it though. That's probably one of the only ones that I like. But this is the sort of scenario that I want to be seeing when we take off. Like if Bitcoin breaks out to the upside, I want to see something like this. All right, traders. Anyway, I won't keep it going for too long. I'll just kind of go through a few more just quickly, and then I'll leave it at that. Here, nice run up there, and then nothing there, except engulfing, closing below. So here it's gone from a low to a high, engulfing, closing below 2 moving averages, gone up, massive engulfing. It's gone up here, and a little bit of scrappy trading there. Anyway, we'll see. Here, so let's have a look at that one there. I'll just get rid of some of these drawings actually so we can see it a bit better. So here we've gone up above the 200, Now we've come back below the 200 and up to test the 200, and look at that massive engulfing. Oh, sorry, not massive engulfing, but we get a reversal spinning top engulfing from the 200 on, and then convincing closing below the 50, pull back to the moving averages, convincing closing below the 50 and the 9. This here to me is continuation for a downtrend. That's what that looks like. But it's quite difficult to trade this because look where Bitcoin's at. You remember Bitcoin's in a wedge position. So will this only come back down to support, and then we'll wait and see what Bitcoin does. But this here is what I'm looking for in a trending market. At the moment, I'm not seeing a trending market with Bitcoin. I want to see, this is a trending market, but Bitcoin did that too. So now while Bitcoin's in this wedge kind of a shape, we'll see other cryptocurrencies behaving in a similar manner. And the same again here. Yep, not much there, just sideways sort of choppy action. That sort of run there. But, look, I want a trending market. This is just not really all that trending. Downtrending, sideways, support. It's, nice, strong support there, but, straight down into a wedge shape. Let's see what happens. Not much there. And not much there. Same again, going on that support line. Here we've broken down below the support line. It'll be interesting to see if we get a pullback. If we get a pullback to here, this will be worthwhile watching, because if we get a pullback down to there, so here we've broken, we've found support, broke through the support, we've come back up. Well, actually, that's just kind of a wick there. We've broken through support down here. Now we get our first green. So if we get like, say a couple more green here, and then we get engulfing or something, we've got two rejections potentially here. That's from a downtrending line and a previous support line. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, traders. Anyway, let's just wait and see what happens with the markets. But while Bitcoin's in this wedge kind of a shape, I'll be sitting on the sidelines waiting for a break of this area here. And as soon as we get a break of that area there, I'll be expecting some sort of a run. Even if we get, 10, 15, 20%, that we can still make some good money with other cryptos. All right, traders, talk to you again soon. Have a good weekend. See you.